So how do you move on from something or someone that's slighted you, has done something so heinous that it's seemingly unforgivable, and you can't forgive them, you can't move on, and you can't be at peace? The biggest mistake about forgiveness that people make is that they imagine that forgiveness is something you give someone else. It's something you give them. I grant you forgiveness, therefore you are forgiven in my eyes. Right? The truth about forgiveness is that it's not something you give somebody. It's something you give yourself. Somebody may have offended you or slighted you in some way 5 years in the past. So 5 years down the road, they're living life, and they may not even have recognized that they slighted you or offended you. Or they may not even remember what they've done. So they're living at peace, no pain, no suffering whatsoever. They may not even have any idea of your suffering. But you, on the other hand, 5 years down the line, has pain and has suffering because you cannot forgive that person. Or maybe they may just be too ignorant for it, which is often the case. You may have never had the conversation or the communication to figure out that they've actually done something wrong. They may have never imagined they've done any slight to you or offended you. And so forgiveness, giving them forgiveness, whether even you have any contact with them, is silly and insane. So do you understand that forgiveness is not something you can give someone? It's something you give yourself, like a cancellation of a debt. Forgive. When you forgive someone's debt, you cancel their debt. So you cancel their slight. You forgive yourself. Let me give you a pretty extreme example. Something that happens pretty often, unfortunately, that you probably could imagine, hey, that's so impossible to forgive. I will never forgive that person. So not forgiving somebody makes it so you have a hate towards that person, or anger or resentment towards that person. And that kind of energy makes it so you're not at peace. Not at peace with yourself, you're not at peace with the world, you're not at peace with other people. And it's detrimental to your enlightenment. So here's how you do forgive them. It's something you forgive yourself by recognizing and appreciating that this wonderful axiomatic philosophy, and here it is, are you ready? To understand all makes it possible to forgive all. Have you heard of the saying, to understand all is to forgive all? What that essentially says, and it's true, what that essentially says is to understand anything makes it possible to forgive anything. To understand everything makes it possible to forgive anything. How does that apply? Well, let's see. Let's think of something really heinous that really seems unforgivable. You can't possibly forgive them. Your best friend sleeps with your beloved, and you find out about it. Now, to understand all, how do you forgive that thing? It's so unforgivable for most people. Unfortunately, it happens a lot. To understand all is to forgive all. What do you need understanding so that you can forgive? Well, let's see. You didn't go out, or you didn't fall in love with your beloved. You didn't love your beloved for the reason that she's in a relationship with you so that she can sleep with your best friend. And your best friend didn't become best friends with you so that he could sleep or she could sleep with your beloved. It's not something which they've intended. So you have to understand the situation. What is it about that person, and what is it about this person whom you're in a sexual relationship, presumably monogamous, that it slighted you that they've slept with each other? Well, it could be, you just have to evaluate the situation. You have to understand, communicate with them, and find out whether or not, using communication, using words, using language, communicate with them and speak with them individually or together, whichever, for you to find out what's true and what's actually gone on. It could be you've misappreciated the situation, whether on your best friend's end or your beloved's end. Perhaps with your beloved, what kind of relationship do you have? If you have a close monogamous relationship, there's a lot of detriment to that. which I talk a lot about in my videos. So is there a relationship there which is genuine and sincere? And with your best friendship, maybe you've misappreciated that friend is more opportunistic than loyal, of which then you have to decide whether you want to keep them as a friend and forgive them, or you recognize that they're more opportunistic than having the ability to communicate with you, not apologetic about it at all, about their behavior. And so they become less significant to you, and you recognize that, hey, some people are going to be like that. Some people have a lack of ability or just plain ignorance to be able to communicate about certain things. And so you spend less time with that person. Unfortunately, it's true that, was it Mark Twain that said that the average IQ of man is grim, and by definition, half is even worse. So you have to appreciate that, and appreciate it with your beloved, that where in your relationship are you, and what kind of relationship do you have? Where is your intimacy and intensity and infatuation levels in that relationship? And would it better serve your relationship for it to be open? Or are you misguided about human nature, misappreciating human nature, and recognizing that human nature is humans did not evolve to be monogamous. This is why you are attracted to other people and other people are attracted to other people, whether or not, it doesn't matter how intimate you are, it doesn't matter if you're the hottest guy or gal in the world, your partner will become attracted to other people. So if you actually love them, if your relationship is fundamentally based on love, then you will want for your beloved to have options to pursue things that actualizes them, that makes them feel good, and that makes them feel that they're living their biggest life. And you want them to live their biggest life if it's fundamentally based on love. Because most people misappreciate relationships as based on love when it's not. Because if you were to presume a monogamous relationship, it's more about a business negotiation. It's mostly about ownership. If it's monogamous, if it's a closed relationship, it's all about you're my property, regardless of their human intuitions and their human desires. You're disregarding that in exchange for their being your property, of which humans are not properties of anyone. And so you're going to have to distinguish that about relationships. So with that said, you have to evaluate all these things, and you have to recognize the more you understand about things, the more you understand about psychology and human nature, the easier it is for you to become enlightened. This is what enlightenment is. Enlightenment is clarity. The easier it is for you to forgive others. In other words, your lack of ability to forgive is your lack of understanding of everything that's gone on and the truth. If that helps, click the like button or click the thumbs up button, click the heart, leave a comment below, share your thoughts with us, and share this with other people. It makes the world a better place for the both of us, all of us. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Give it to me like